Hello and welcome back, Guardians, to another video. Today we're doing the Arms Dealer Nightfall, and for this Nightfall I'm gonna use the Spectral Blades, the new Void Hunter Super with Vortex Grenade, Triple Jump. A couple of things to know about this real quick. Like I hope you guys are aware of like everything in this class, but I'm still gonna go through a couple of things because when I talk about it during the Nightfall, at least you know what's going on. It's pretty much, well, this is a super, this is just a smoke bomb. This flawless execution, it's kind of like melting point, what the Titan have, but this is for the hunter. While you crouch, you kill an enemy with a headshot. You go invisible, and if this one feeds on Shattering Strike, then straight away, because if you go then invisible and melee an enemy, you can actually weaken them and do more damage for you and your teammates. Moving on to my guns that I'm using, Malfeasance. Why? Well, simply I just want to use an exotic, and it's actually a really good gun. Bow. Why? Again, has pretty much nothing to do with the run. Like I'm trying to make the run all about the super, but there are a couple of enemies that are solely shield, so that's basically why. A machine gun, the reason why it was the best thing for me to use, because gives me a lot of heavy, and also this feeds up straight away on building up my super quick with my helmet. On my helmet I got one of the perks, heavy lifting, gain more super energy from power kills, also with machine gun reserves. So yeah, that's basically why the machine gun. Going through all of this quick, the chest plate, Grisenfest, if you don't have it yet, honestly I really feel bad because you're missing out, because this super is good, but it's not as good as when you have the Grisenfest. It makes it amazing then, like it's really amazing. It's good in PvP and also really good in PvE. And then to move on to just get my super up quicker, what I've done is I'm using a super mod here, one on my chest, one on the boots. I basically do have one for the cloak, but I needed a heavy ammo finder as well. Going on to the card setup is pretty much power handicap 110. I wanted a super to be good, but good in a Nightfall where like I'm the same level as the enemies. It doesn't have to be good while you know, your power handicap is nothing, and then you know you're obviously gonna do good with pretty much anything. So that was basically my goal. Void Cinch. The reason why, well, obviously my heavy and my super are both void, so I went for void. Heavyweight. Yeah, I needed a heavyweight to just constantly get my heavy back, to if I don't have a super to build it up quicker. Momentum was very, I really needed momentum for this run, because this is a super where you keep moving around constantly in between ads straight away, you know, like you're actually standing in the face constantly, so you're gonna get hit, you won't regen health. So momentum is the best thing to use here. Match game, just to make the score multiplier high enough, because my goal, and this was something just personal, was to get the 200k with it still. So that's why match game, and also that's why I have the bow, because on match game you need to match the right color. Or you could use heavy on it, but it just takes too long. But yeah, let's just continue with the run. So moving on with the run, the reason I explained the first part is because when people ask, they want to do a run like this, what they can do. I just want to make one thing clear for, like, this goes for most solo players. Nothing is really situational, like, oh, they just got lucky and done that, they just done. Now everything is kind of build up to the whole run, to the end. They know exactly what's gonna spawn and what's gonna happen. So starting off with the run right here, if you don't see these ads dropping down like this but they're already in the game, this means you're gonna have fallen in your game straight away in the beginning, and as you open the door you're gonna have more fallen outside. It's gonna be a bad run for you because you're gonna have to take down arc shields. So just go back out of the Nightfall and keep joining in until you get this run where the Cabals actually jump down. I'm trying to avoid fallen until the second round. Like if I get them on the second round, that's fine by me. But yeah, I got lucky. I didn't get them in the second one. I get them in the last part, as you guys will see. I think yeah. So yeah, moving on here. Basically, this is the part where I'm pretty much gonna have to build up my super. I took down the ship real quick, and as you can see, Malfeasance is really good against the yellow bars. I did not expect it to be this good, because yeah, I never use it. I never put an exotic in my primary, or didn't even try to put an exotic in my secondary before we had machine guns and swords. Just remember to take down your snipers as well. And this is a good thing. I just crouched down there, killed an enemy, and I procced flawless execution. And basically, you can see through the whole map, even if you start shooting. I think there's a 15 seconds timer or something, and you can see everything around you in the map. And everything that's blue or blue-red-ish means there's an enemy there. So you are aware of what's going on around you. It's also a good thing to keep using your heavy in a run like this, because why not? You have heavyweight on anyway, so you're gonna get your heavy eventually. Unless you stick with one gun, it's not gonna happen to you that you don't get heavy, or you don't have a heavy ammo finder. That might make it harder. So yeah. And also in a Nightfall, the thing is you're kind of like bound to a timer, an 18 minutes tops. Preferable 15, so you want to go as quick as possible. On this part, I know there's just one enemy with a solar shield, and I want to use my super on everything else, so I'm trying like skipping all the ads. I crouched down here to get a headshot quick, but I didn't get it, so I just ran away. It didn't happen, so it was like whatever. I'm still gonna wait for the enemy to take him down, the one with the red shield. And also you'll see the difference on this part. To kill a boss with flawless execution and one without flawless execution. So there are two bosses in this part. I went invisible first, so I have my flawless execution, and luckily I saw that the boss was right there. I had 3 more seconds, bang, one melee on him, and just watch him just going down with like 3 or 4 hits there. And you'll see the difference, because right here we have another boss, and it just takes way longer. Like 4 hits already, and he's only on half health. So this is just the difference that it makes if you can actually proc flawless execution on an enemy or not. But it's kind of harder for in a solo game to keep doing this, you know, and then get some good DPS, because most of the time in a solo game, yeah, you're not gonna wait for this. And honestly, I didn't try to do this. The situation just presented itself there, and I was like, you know, I'll take the chance and do it, cause yeah, why not? But this was also the only time I procced it in the whole game to use it on the boss. Yeah, pretty much from here, you're basically trying to just make your way up quicker to the other part. So even though you didn't get fallen on this part, if you didn't get it, that's lucky. I got lucky, like I didn't get him. This second part where you have the tank, you can still get them. Before this, I think in year 1 or so, it used to be a full run and you know exactly what's going to happen through the whole run. Right now they can change a segment of a run into another version of the same Nightfall, aka Strike. So that's why it's not really reliable. If I'd had fallen in the next part where the tank is, it would have I would have kind of like be down to it, but because I had to kill 2 captains then before I even start using my super. But honestly, I got lucky. I didn't get any fallen, so that's a good thing for me. If you get it, yeah, there's nothing much you can do about it. So it's really then, you know, you don't have to start it all over again. You could take your time a little bit and kill the 2 captains then in the other part, and then move on with your run. Because I will guaranteed still get 2 Cabals with a red shield there. So I have to take my time and kill them before I even start. On this part, basically what I'm doing, I'm just trying to get some points just to make sure I'm getting my 200k. Nothing else. Because I know I had the time to do it, so yeah, why not? I got lucky on the first part, so it saves me some time. Not a lot, but you know, every little bit counts. So basically on this part, yeah, killing the tank is the first thing you want to do, obviously. You don't want to jump straight away up and start a computer and everything, because it takes the ads some time to group up on the far left side of the map. So if I would start moving on and going to the computer, start up and go to the second one, my ads wouldn't group up like, they would probably be on the stairs, and then some of them would have been there. I would have had a tank to fight as well, and I don't know if my full super would have taken out everything, so that's why I decided to kill some of them here downstairs, to maximize my points obviously as well. But also to make sure that everything is going to go and group up. So everything that's trying to go on the other side, not really killing them. Yes, I'm shooting. They are aware that I'm here. Which is also why a solo game is kind of different. It's really different from more players, because when players move in a map, they kind of like decide where your enemies are going to go. And if everyone's around the whole map, it's sort of bad and good, depends on like where you're trying. But right here, you can see me, I'm taking down the 2 solar shields. The one thing that I know is if I start the second computer and the tank comes down, he comes down with 4 Cabals with a shield and 4 Cabals with a void shield. The first shield I meant like, you know, just a normal shield. But that's why I didn't worry about him, because nothing else is actually a problem then. The one thing I was trying to get here was crouch down and get my invisible. I could have actually used the flawless execution on the tank. Instead, I used my grenade, because the vortex grenade does actually a lot of damage, and I had void increase, so yeah, that was a good thing for me. So that's why I choose to put the grenade on him instead of doing flawless execution and then a grenade and then my super. I was afraid the tank would have probably killed me. So yeah, as you can see, these are the enemies with the void shield. It goes really easy, and I just keep getting my super back. You don't have to go straight away in Viz after each kill in PvE. The more kills you get, the more super you get back for it. So it's understandable that in PvP people go after every kill. They're trying to go invisible straight away to get super back. But this is PvE. You don't have to do that. The reason I jumped away from here is because the attack the tank just done, sometimes it can just push you off the map and you can just straight fly into a wall or something, so I didn't want to take the chance. I just decided to kill him with the with heavy there. And also my super already ran out, so yeah, I wouldn't stand a chance. Well, why the dogs with the machine gun, build up the super for the next part. This is something you want to do, especially when you're doing solos. You want to think about the next part, what you're going to do there. Just getting ready. So just another thing, just also make sure while you're doing, like on this part, I just check all my guns if everything's reloaded. It's something if you forget, could actually bring, it could even mean they're dead. Because you just switch your weapon to use and imagine it being empty and you want to shoot something, you shoot it, especially with momentum. You don't want to take chances, so always try to remember everything you're doing. So, bad luck on this part, fallen. I wasn't really disappointed because I didn't really think of using my super on this part anyway. The goal was to build up a super from here and then not kill the boss in one phase, but instead just keep going on with the fight until I get all the dogs and all the ads to kill them with one super. and it actually happened up top. So luckily the fallen actually came on this part, which didn't really bother me. And the reason I kept using heavy is I only needed heavy up top for the boss, not for everything. So on this part I made a mistake, because I was too fixated on the two shielded, solar shielded guys. So I took one down here. Instead of taking down one of the turrets, I was so fixated on the second guy that I didn't even think about it. So if you think like, why would you actually leave that? It keeps shooting at me. Honestly, I didn't think of it. I'm not gonna lie. I was so into my own run and into that one enemy, fixate on it, that I didn't think of it. So that's a simple answer why I didn't take it out straight away. I'm pretty sure on this part the wanted enemy was already taken down in the first place, so that was just easy. I think right here is where I'm trying to use the Malfeasance a bit more. I'm trying to use the Malfeasance and the heavy only. Like I said, the bow was actually nothing. You could honestly use a pulse rifle instead with solar damage, and you would still do the same thing, because it's not about those. But I actually enjoyed using the Malfeasance for the first time in a Nightfall run, because I never done it before. And the first time I do it, I really enjoyed it. So I honestly got lucky here when I saw so many heavy breaks. But then again, I thought like, I actually, I'm not planning on using heavy unless it's the boss. So it wasn't really pointless, but in the end I didn't really need this. Remember also on my machine gun I have Rampage and Freedom Fancy. So once I'm up top, you actually see me doing something really weird, which probably won't make sense, but I'll try and explain the best way. So right here, I'm trying to think like how to proc Rampage on the boss, and the only way that I saw to proc Rampage on the boss was killing the turret he's gonna spawn in for me. So basically that's the only reason I'm sitting down, and once I see the turrets I don't even take them down, just because I wanted to use them for something else in the game, for my Rampage. Or else there would have been no way for me to proc Rampage. So yeah, that's the reason why yeah, I'm running around like this. I was trying to get the turrets in a single straight line where it's easy to take them all three with just 3 bullets, and then, you know, keep shooting the boss after the straight away. That's the only reason I done this. There's no other reason for me to do this. So as you can see, I proc Rampage ×3 and then straight away boss that DPS. And I was trying to go for at least 1.5 health. Like if his health would go down to half, I would be happy with that. Because he's gonna drop down then, and he needs to go up again if I do the other piece to leave him on exactly 1/3. The only enemy I took down there is again the guy with the solar shield. And again, the goal is to bring the boss straight away to the second plate and not kill these enemies. Also not trying to kill the boss here, because I wanted all the enemies to just spawn in and see like if the super would actually last that long to kill it. Remember also the ship. I did took it down. I'm just saying it because if you play it a different way you might get 2 ships. So on this way you only get 1 ship. You're done. The one thing I'm looking for now is I know the boss went up top, so he spawned in another Cabal with a solar shield, and I didn't really want to run into him, so I was trying to find him and kill him. Well, didn't get lucky. I think I saw him there for a second, but yeah, he went hiding behind a pillar, as you can see just a second before that. So I just plan to use my super right here. And this is actually where momentum comes in play and everything else. Like, because you'll see, I think at one point I even came across the guy with a shield, and that was really bad, but everything else I was really happy with how good this super actually is with the Grisenfest. Here you go. That was a waste of even hitting him, because as you saw, you barely do damage to his shield, like nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I still have like half of my super left there. I did expect the super to be good in PvE, but honestly I didn't expect it in a 110 handicap Nightfall to be this good. I honestly did not. Again, this is kind of like, again, one of those parts where, you know, you're gonna get a solar shield, and because I didn't kill the last guy with the solar shield, I had 2 of them, and this guy went hiding, so yeah, that was kind of a bummer. So just I have to think about the ball at the same time and the enemies around you, because if you don't pick up the ball, you're gonna have to go back and pick it up. So that's basically what I was playing around. Yeah, this guy went hiding again. It's kind of annoying when they do that, but then again it makes sense because that's their part in the game. They're not here to make your game easy for you, so yeah, it does make sense why they're doing it. And I'm pretty sure this is just so this could have been, I could have been playing this smarter by just killing the guy with the solar shield and leave the other 2 alive, and if I kill the guy with the solar shield while crouch, I would have proc my rampage on the 2 other guys at least before killing the boss. But honestly, at this point, and the reason why I'm laughing, I was just thinking like, actually I got the square I wanted. I got to play with the new super, and you know, let's just finish the boss off. So that's why. But yeah, that would have been a smart move. I would have done that. Yeah, pretty much that's the run. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you have the Grizzly yourself, you definitely try it out. It's hard to do on every single Nightfall because it really depends on like how you add spawn. And this was actually a perfect run for me to think about. Like there's only 3 or 4 solar shields through the whole game, so yeah, it was pretty fine to use it then. Everything else was void. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the run. If you do, a like's much appreciated, and I'll see you guys on my next video.